Hi there, I'm still here. It's nighttime, and so I don't have the lights on this time, but I am singing songs for The View. I would have liked to have done it in the daytime, but this time I had too much going on, so I had to tape it. I'm doing it now, and I'll be airing these, uploading them on the weekend.
Successful television show.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Barbara. And congratulations, your 100th episode, too, so congratulations on that. But we'll get to that a little bit later. I just want to ask you, there's this study that just came out this morning. It says that people who drink sweetened sodas, they have a much higher rate of getting pancreatic cancer. So, now, this is a very deadly cancer. Okay.
The pancreas is the big gland that actually secretes insulin. And so it doesn't surprise me that if you drink a lot of sugary stuff, it stimulates the pancreas to have to work harder, and so once in a while you might develop enough irritation in the pancreas, you might get cancer. The problem is that in the study they show that only 2 soft drinks a week almost doubled the incidence of pancreatic cancer.
Does that include diet with is aspartame?
Aspartame, yeah. Well, diet sodas they didn't study. They only studied the sugary sodas.
Okay.
That doesn't mean that diet sodas are better. It just means they haven't looked at them. By the way, just to be real clear on this, in that same study they looked at people who drank fruit juice. It did not show an increase in pancreatic cancer.
Fruit juice has a lot of sugar in it.
Exactly. So it may not be the sugar. It might be the lifestyle that people adopt. Because, you can't say that it causes you to get pancreatic cancer, but people who are willing to drink soft drinks may make other transgressions in their lifestyle. It's not just a sugar coma that you fall into when you have too much sugar in your life that may be causing the pancreatic cancer. Maybe the chemicals as well.
One of the biggest announcements that came out last week that affects so many people is that the study that was published over 10 years ago that may have linked autism and vaccines. And a lot of mothers did not give their children vaccines. Now they say that study was incorrect and they have repudiated it, but there are still a lot of women who are afraid of giving their children vaccines.
I fight this battle in my home. I wrote a whole chapter in that pregnancy book we did together talking about vaccines. And I can tell you, it's a political battle. It's not even an intellectual battle anymore. Here's the big story. A lot of women understandably believe they know what's best for their kids, and they have seen their children hurt, they believe, from vaccines. And I bet you that in some cases that is absolutely the case. But on average, the vaccines seem to be very safe.
But not causing autism.
Well, we're not quite sure what causes autism. And there are some rare cases, uncommon cases, where kids have problems with how they make energy in their body. And so it's possible that these kids were going to get autism anyway, and any inflammatory condition, a bad virus.
Right. So now you're confusing people watching. So if you've got a child, do you or do you not give that child a vaccine when there are still things that are unknown?
You vaccinate the child.
You do.
You vaccinate the child, and the reason I vaccinated my kids. I wouldn't vaccinate them if they had another virus already going on, if they were already inflamed with a runny nose and sore ears, or if there are other kids in my family that had autism. I'd be really cautious about maybe spreading out the vaccinations a little bit. I want to be respectful to the moms out there who say, you know what, who are you to tell me that my kid didn't get sick after vaccination? But I can tell you as a doctor, when you look at all the data, the vaccines seem to be so much more beneficial than we would have ever thought, and they don't seem to cause much harm.
Well, isn't that something we should do anyway? Kind of spread it out instead of doing everything, a whole cocktail at one time?
When we were kids, they gave you the 3, one that left a mark, and you were good. But now you get 400 vaccines in one setting.
If we could spread them out, I think that makes sense. But here's the problem: when you spread out vaccines, you got to go to the doctor's office more often. That costs more money. Plus, you're exposed to other illnesses in the doctor's office. And let's be clear about this: sometimes vaccines get forgotten when you do that kind of stuff. So I would recommend that people follow the routines that are recommended. That's why they recommend it. People spend a lot of time looking at this stuff. But if you're one of those groups that is absolutely petrified about a disease like autism that we don't understand,
exposed to other illnesses in the doctor's office, that's a reality. Exposed to other illnesses in the hospital, that's a reality.
My favorite topic.
What are we gonna do to safeguard yourself? You tell me.
A recent study said that by the age of 30, women only have 12% of their eggs left. That doesn't sound like a lot of eggs.
And at 42,
well, you go to the doctor's office. There's a lot of things lingering there. Same with the hospital
you're born
and emergency care.
So even if you have 12% left at age 30, it's 120
well, you just can't take yourself out of this world.
You can
You're
fly
in
you're giving away 3% of your eggs.
and fly like a
even
bird.
3%.
But it doesn't
Go here, you go
the
there.
eggs are as vibrant
Almost
as they used to be when
everywhere.
they're younger, so why put it up?
Germ,
Okay.
germ warfare.
So get back and like
Fighting
congratulations
colds,
on your
fighting
100th show, which is coming up.
viruses,
So this is a very big
fighting
milestone. How are you going to
infection.
celebrate it?
I'm so excited about this. The show is all about celebrating people wherever they are in life. So we got 100 people who all lost 100
Killing
pounds.
millions of cells when you get angry.
What we're going to do is find out what they did, and then we're going to give
What
you
you
100 tips
gonna
to do it yourself.
do?
Yeah, 100. I give you 3. Like the brain.
It's a micro
craving
world,
centers, right?
a
We crave
micro world
food,
too.
we crave water, which is why you should
So
always
we
eat water
live
before
in
you eat food.
this one
That's number one.
amongst
We crave
me
sex.
and you.
That's
Well,
why
thank goodness there's experts around who can tell us more. Dr. Oz, Dr. Oz. Dr. Oz is on the View. Dr. Oz, Dr. Oz. Dr. Oz is on the View. There he is, talking to the View.
Yes, you're gonna have a man that's getting a prostate exam.
Prostate exam. First of all, a live prostate exam. Here's the lie. You get an audience full of men. You show them gloves like this. Right? And mother, there are some things you can examine by yourself, right? Your testicles, for example, but you can't examine your prostate yourself.